see if we can get on with number 4. Sorry. Um, See if we can get on with number 4 here and make your own map thing. So I think, I've been doing these pretty much every day, but sometimes I have to go back and rewatch the one towards the end to try to figure out what I need to do or where I was going to go in the next episode. I don't remember what I said yesterday, but I do remember that I said something about showing you how to make your own sell point, like a sell-all point. So I think that's what we're going to focus on right now. So let's go into our project, and right here we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to call it Placeables. I think that I've got that spelt halfway right anyway, but just to be on the safe side, I'm going to use what Giants has here, even if I do have it spelt right, just so I know. There. Okay. So now that we have this here, I want to make my own sell point, for instance. Say I want to make one that takes everything, pretty much everything in the game. Now I know we've already got a bill sale in the map, so I'm not going to worry about the bills right now. We're just going to focus on all the other stuff. So I'm going to come to my data. Excuse me. I'm going to go to Placeables. And this one right here, I want to right click and copy, and I'm going to go back to my mod folder. Let me just open up another one so it'll be faster to do it this way. Placeables, and I'm going to paste that in there. Now while I'm in here, I'm going to make another new folder, and I'm just going to say XML. That's all I'm going to call it. Now while I'm here in this area, I'm going to go to Maps US. I'm going to go to Bowling Center, and I'm going to copy this XML. I'm going to bring it back over here into my Maps project, my Placeable, my XML file that I just made, and I'm going to paste it right there. I'm going to show you how to do this 2 different ways, depending on whether you want to do your own, whether you want a grain placed, like a regular sellable, or place you dump your grain and stuff, or if you just want a place to go sell stuff. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm just going to close this down so I only have one window here working on. And I'm going to go here, mod desk. Now here, we need to add a line, and I'm going to go steal some from one of my other projects so I don't have to type all this out. Creator link. We want it to say store items, so I'm going to take this, copy, come back over here to this one, and then I'm going to Control V and paste that in here. Now this will also pretty much get you everything you need here as far as the way things need to go. I am going to delete this out of here and delete this one out of here. It's best to try to keep all this nice and clean and tight, and it helps it run better from what I've been told. I don't always do that. I usually try to leave a gap between everything that I've added. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else I'm gonna delete all this out of here. I'll show you what that's for later. Right now I want to focus on these. So right now I already have this placeable, selling station, generic, so forth in my folder. So placeables, there's that. Now I just opened it up, and you're going to want to delete all this stuff out of here. What I'm deleting anyway. You don't need none of this, because as soon as you open this XML up, one other thing, well, since we're getting on and starting to do this, anytime you open this stuff up, this right here, delete it out of it, especially if you're going to send it to Giants, because whenever you send them something, it automatically makes all that stuff different. It ain't the same as what it once was. Okay, now I've tried to do this a different way, and every time I do it, it doesn't seem to want to work. So I'm doing this way because this is how it works for me. But delete this out of here. So now this is pulling from the same place everything else is pulling. It's in your placeables, so forth, so on. Save that. Now, if you want this to be a placeable, in other words, say, if you see right here it says shown in stores and can be sold, if you change this to true, and I'm going to do this, in case it doesn't work, I'll show you how to fix it. Now, this will be available in your selling station as a placeables, or should be. It's already set up for it and everything. The reason it's like that now is so that you can set it in the map and it's not removable. Once you put it in there, that's where it stays. I myself, not all my maps, but some of them, I've been making this to where you can place it wherever you want to. Sell the one that I have in there and then place it wherever. But that's how you do that, and I'm gonna leave it. You can name this anything. Let's see, test map. Let's see, selling station project. Or you can put it up here and go project. Let me get it right. Project. Selling station. Just delete that one out there. And you can save that. I'm going to change this to a capital letter. Save. It just looks better. Okay. So now, if you so this particular, I just noticed this, and we're gonna not use it, but this particular one has a gate. You can, actually, I'll leave it. We'll leave it. We're just gonna leave it. I ain't gonna delete it. But usually, all you gotta do is delete this section, and the gate's not there no more. But we're gonna leave it there just so it works like it's supposed to, or hopefully works like it's supposed to. Now right here is what this selling station will take. You notice it's not taking everything. I see it'll take cotton. So if it'll take cotton, that means it'll take bales, which is good. So what we want to do, where am I at? Project. I need to save. Alright, save. Make sure you save that. This is that one. Let's see here. So I can delete that one. I can delete that for now. Yeah, I want to work with this one. Alright, so as you can see, this is what this selling station will take. But we want to try to make it take everything that the map may have on it. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. The first time I did it, I went to Mod Hub and found a sell all station and sort of copied from it. But then I made my own. In other words, I went in and I made my own to accommodate pretty much every map that I make. I go in and tweak this somehow to make it to where it works, and I made it. I didn't, steal somebody else's stuff. But anyway, to find your what needs to be sold or what can be sold here, the easiest way I know of is to go back into your data file, go into maps, and then if you go right here, hang on just a minute. Okay, yeah. So your fruit types here, if you want to add all that, this is where you get your fruit types. Everything in here, pretty much you can add to that, except for meadow and oilseed radish. Those two don't need to. This falls underneath grass, so you don't need to worry about that. So this ain't where I want to be. Where was that? Alright, field types. So we're on the same page. Go to data, maps, and field types. All these, and it'll say field type in capital letters. If it's in capital letters, it's a field type. In other words, you've seen on this other one, it's got wheat, barley, sunflower, and you just keep scrolling down to every one of these you can add to that. This is how you find what the map is or has on it that's for sale. Now you can seriously add all this stuff to that, all of it, to that, and be able to sell whatever the map has in it. Now some of these things won't sell, or I haven't been able to get them to sell. Pallets of saplings, for some reason I can't get to sell. I don't know if it's just what it is or whatever, but some of this stuff like air and def, unless the map already has it in it making it, let's use Piney Run for example. I have it to where it makes diesel fuel, def, and methane. Methane and def pretty much doesn't even exist in the game, but normal maps, it makes methane and sells it automatically, so you don't really get to mess with it. Same with electric charge and def. Def's something you don't have in the game, which doesn't really make sense to me because every machine on that thing, except for a few, takes def. Every new diesel machine out there takes def fluid. But anyway, you don't necessarily have to add this unless the map has it in there, is what I'm getting at. Snow, you can make it to where you can sell snow, you can sell water, you can, it's unbelievable what you can make sell in here. But all this, all the way down through here, just keep adding all this to your file, and then, when you're done, I'm going to show you what it should sort of look like. So, I've been working on getting Crater Lake ready, and I'm going to use it for an example. So my Crater Lake, if I go into my placeables and my generic selling station, and then I push on this, you can see I have everything in here already. I even added snow so you could sell snow. This sell point is a little different, and I say that because I took this from another map that I knew took bales and all that kind of stuff, and this is the one I made, is what I'm getting at. So really all you need to do is come right here. All of my maps will have a selling station in it like this, but I'm trying to think which one don't have all the stuff in it. You can use one from any map, but all the extra field types that are in there won't work. For instance, like coal and gravel and stuff like that that I've added to maps. You gotta delete all that stuff out of there. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and copy all this over. It's just easier to do it this way. Like I said, the first time you do it, copy and paste is the fastest way. And you're more than welcome to use any of my work to do that. If you release it publicly, just mention me is all I asked. So we're going to copy. And we're going to go to our selling station. And we're going to go right here and paste. Control V. Now, alright, so yeah, that's there. I always like to go back and check and make sure I didn't mess up and do something wrong. If you, for instance, if you, that quotation, or yeah, whatever them is, if they are missing, see how that changed colors? You just messed everything up. Parentheses, I guess is what them's called. Now, if you ever have a problem, a lot of times it'll tell you the line that it's on, especially in Test Runner. It'll tell you what line is messed up, and you can kind of come back and look at it. But sometimes you got to study it. I'm like, okay, where's that at? But anyway, on with the show. So back to generic. Now I know you noticed on this one, let me get that out of here. On this one, this is all lowercase stuff. I don't think this matters because it works in either way. But I'm gonna do the same thing here. Now, I've added in the DLC stuff on here too. All the new stuff from there on mine. Now, like I said, if you want to use this when it comes out, you're more than welcome to. It's already here. Just use it. Okay. So that's all you got to do in here. Now, this full price full price recovery hours. You can change that to 0 so it never loses value, or you can leave it the same. You can make it longer. This is how many liters you put in it before you get your full price drop. Sometimes I mess with this, sometimes I don't. For this one, I'm not gonna mess with it. So save. Okay, so this should be ready to go now. Now, if you remember, I told you I was going to show you another way to do it. That there, you just made this yourself. So in other words, this is something that you done on your own. Now you can take this. Sorry, let me get back over here on the map. I need to be on. This here, yeah, like I say, you made it on your own. Now the XML one that I put in here, I'm gonna open it up, but also you got to take this. Copy and go back to your mod desk. Now I left this XML in here now, so what we're going to do is we're going to take that one and your Implaceables XML. You're going to put that right here like so, and save. What this is as this map loads, this is telling this that these are in here and that you want it to pull from you want these to be in the map and not base game stuff. So pretty much anything you do in the map, if you add anything new to it, you have to put it right here and make sure that it knows it's in there or it will not work. Okay, that's done. So we can close that back. Now, copy. Remember what I said, delete this. And then save. This one, you don't want to do what we did on the last one, because this really is nothing other than just a, well, there ain't really nothing there. You'll see in a minute. We don't leave everything the same, other than just delete what I just deleted, leave everything else the same. Now, I know you see this says all this kind of stuff. You can just leave that there, but you can do this the same way we just did that other one. Copy, paste all that there, and it's already got all that stuff in here. But you can I'm gonna go ahead and do this one too. And while we're doing this, I would like to, remind you, if you use somebody else's work for personal use, it's, you don't really have to worry about, mentioning them or asking permission. It's for personal use. But if you're using something and you want to try to release it later or whatever, get permission. Don't be that guy. Just ask for permission. And I'm pretty 99% sure. No matter who you ask, you're going to say, "Yeah, sure, man. Just mention me just mention me. Give me a little credit." All right. So now we done did this. This is all good to go, or should be good to go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and close all this down. Now we're going to go into our map. I'm in the right spot. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So animal dealer. Let's see. Okay, so the two sell points we just made, I don't exactly know where to put them. I think we'll put them here. This looks like a good place for it. I'm almost positive we put a bell sell point up here. I can't remember. When we open the map up again, I'll look. But for now, I'm going to show you how to put these two in here. That way they're usable. And there's two different ways to do it. That's why I wanted to do both different ways. Okay, so we want to file. We're going to import. Make sure you're where you need to be. Again, you got my stuff over here. Get back to your map and go into your placeables. We're going to do the one we made ourselves first. So, alright, so Control B. So, okay, there's our placeable. Now, if you wanted to get snazzy with this, you could, let's just leave it sit there for a minute, but let's see what else we got underneath here we might want to use. That ain't gonna work for what I want. Where's the other one? Okay, this one will. Let's say you want to, give it a little bit more character, so we're going to take this. And I'm going to Control C, Control V. And I'm going to go back over here to my animal dealer. And we're going to Control B. Say you want a silo here beside your, or it to look, give it some character. So you want this to be here as part of your sell point, you know, for like storage for all this grain that you're gonna and stuff you're gonna be bringing here. So we're gonna put that right about there. Now sometimes these have a little way to tell front and back, but this one don't look like it matters. Alright, so we got that set in there. You don't have to do what I just did. Again, something I do. I don't always really worry about it sometimes on the stuff that's going to be placed in here forever, but alright. Alright, so we got that placed in there. Now, this is set on 0, but say you know, if you wanted this gate to be against the backside, you just change this to 180. And then you can adjust this accordingly to how close you want it to come to your silo. I'm going to put it about right there. That looks decent. Well, I guess where I moved that now. So I'll leave that like that since I just moved it. Now we're going to Control, Shift, Copy, or C. And map projects, we want placeables. Now, we know we just built that. We know that that's ours. So now we want to add this into our placeable so it'll pull that. So first thing, alright, so the shopping mall, we're not going to use this. This is just something to help us speed things up. So right now we're going to go this way, copy, Control V, Control V. So it's already set up in the game. We know we turned it to 180. Now I'm going to save this just so it don't lose its position. But now we have to do a little, you know, work right here. So we got placeables, we got selling station. Now remember ours was generic, so let's just go back. The easiest way to do is just keep copying what's already here, so you know that it's spelt right, because if anything, even these capital letters are off, if you make one of these lowercase, it won't work. So I just automatically go back here and copy this and then take it back into my XML and then paste, and then we're going to paste right here too, so we know that it's our generic one. Now I'll move this back up here and make it look a little prettier. Now since we're here, we'll go ahead and do this one, because this is our bowling center. This is the one we're going to do next. So while we're here, we'll just go ahead and fix it too. So we got placeables, and then we need this to say XML. One of these to say XML. Remember we done that lowercase. And now you can let's leave that the way it is, unless you want to change the name of it, because it should be the same as what's here. XML, yep, see? So now that one's good to go. So now we can go back into the map, and I have to show you another way to do this now. So let's put this back down. Yep, make sure you save this before you leave. So now we got everything set up. Go back to our map. Now remember how I told you I did my placeables? So I'm going to put this back to 0, so in a minute when I move this, well, I'm going to move this one now. I'm going to go ahead and move this into my animal dealer. That way it's all one thing now. If you happen to want to move this, now it all moves the same. So we got our placeables. Cool, that's there. So the other one, in order to get it, and I'm going to put it on this side. you have to go File, Import. Now we have to go back to Data. Go to your data file, Placeables, Map US. Now remember we had the bowling center, so we want bowling center. Now import this. And Control B. Now you see this don't have it. That's just all it is. That is what it is right there, just like that. There's no bottom. That's just how it is. Alright, so I'm gonna get all this the way I want it. Now I don't really like it sticking out like that, so we're gonna do, you can do 90 or minus 90. I'm just gonna do 90. So now we've got it back away from the building. Let's move it a little closer. Let's see, 95. 96 will work. Now it ain't gonna hurt nothing if it's inside the building a little bit. The main thing is we just need it to work. So now we've got that place where we want it. We're just gonna go Control Shift C. And remember we already set it up. So Control V. And then we know we made this 90. 90. Now, since we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and you know, try to get this stuff cleaned up again. Like I say, I like to try to keep things as neat as I can. I'm gonna move this one this way. Oops. See there, I just messed up. Remember what I said about the back button? There, fixed it. I was deleting instead of backspacing. Alright, so that's a little neater. Save. Now I'm gonna move this into my placeables also. Now we should, in theory, be able to load the game and use this. Let's see what happens. But first I'm going to move my placeables back down to my minus 200 out of the way. And then save. Like I said, you can leave this open to test it, and that's what I'm going to do. Alright. I'm going to shut this one down so we only have the one open for our map itself for the minute. So I'm going to close that back down and see. I'm going to open up my thing to tell me if there's anything wrong. And also, if you decide to play with your mods not zipped, you will always get this warning where it says right here, can't use in multiplayer unless it's zipped. So as long as you're not in multiplayer, you'll be fine. I promise. Alright, so career, new farmer, map project. Alright, now you see there where I got a warning for it not being in the store item, which is kind of weird because I know I put it there. Anyway, I'm going to see if we can fix that real fast. So it says, the other way to find this, if you don't happen to, or don't want to add this to be the ability to look at this like this, there's the other way to do it is, so I'm going to close that out. Now if you go into your documents and then your games, Farm Sim 22, if you scroll down here, there's a log file. If you click on that log file, and we know that's all the way at the end, this tells you everything that's going on with your map. I mean, it's any kind of error or warning that you have shows up in here. It's actually easier to read in here, I think. Now, right here, warning, placeable utility, so forth and so on. So, what did I do wrong? So, placeables generic, that's there. It didn't work there. Mods, my project. placeables. That is there, so that is right. So preview. Let's see. See, I don't know what I've done wrong here. It's in there the way it's supposed to be. XML, placeables XML. Alright, so now I gotta go figure out what I may have done here, which I don't think. I think I've done everything right. Crater Lake. Let me. Haha. Right there's what I've done wrong. I forgot. So whenever you put your own placeable in there, you gotta put this line in here too. My bad, and I apologize. I'm sorry. So copy. And now we gotta go back to our placeables and put that right there. Paste. Paste. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I'm sorry. Now it should work. So save. And again, feel free to use any of my maps. If my name's on it, you can use it. As long as I'm the first name. If I'm the second name, you need to ask the first name for permission. Alright, let's see what happens now. It should work. Alright, so that's saved. I'm going to go ahead and close all this down again because I don't want to get us confused. I'm going to close that down. Now let's see what happens. Let's see. 37 minutes. I've been trying to keep these around an hour, but I got a feeling that some of them is going to be longer than that because it takes me a little bit of time sometimes to do things, and I have to go back and look for myself, so I'll make sure I tell you right. Alright, so let's open our back up here. Alright, so now we're getting a warning for the AI area. And for the life of me, I do not know why this does this. But I'm going to show you how to fix that too. This will still work. This is not like an error to where it won't work. This is just a warning telling you that something's messed up with it. In other words, if you had AIs working, they wouldn't recognize this, is what this is telling you. I don't ever use AIs, so I'm not too much worried about it. I just want to make sure it's in here and it's going to work. So let's go Kubota. I'm gonna close that back on. Alright, that says animal dealer, but I'm pretty sure that's the bell cell point that I had in an old map. I'm pretty sure that's a bell cell point. But I had it named animal dealer because that's where it was at the last time. Alright, so let me... You know what, ain't but one way to find out. I'm pretty sure that's what we did right there, but I just can't remember. Let's see, square bell. Oop, maybe not. Oh yeah, that's a bell cell. Cool. Sorry. I do so much stuff I forget. Let's head up here. Alright, so let's see if it works. Alright, that works. That works. Pretty sure everything's gonna work. Let me go try this one. Look, you can even sell snow. I ain't giving you no profit, but you can sell it. That's funny. That's okay though. At least there's a place for you to get rid of it, right? Alright, so while we're in here, I'm gonna show you how to do something else while we're in here. So I'm just gonna jump out here. I'm gonna cheat and get me some money. These controls I'm using here, this is off of ModHub. It's the Easy Developer Tools. Most any PC player has this, but if you don't, that's what it is. So just I'm gonna give myself a bunch of money, and so you want fence in here. I probably should wait. Yeah, I'll wait for this. I don't want to overload you with stuff. But for instance, if now I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. Say you want to add fence. Construction, decorations. All right. So you want fence to be in here every time you load up the map, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some down here just to show you how it works. I'm gonna do it. Start right here and do it. All right. So, I'm gonna fix that first. This ain't perfect, but it'll work. We're just gonna run this one out there like so. Alright. Not pretty, I know. Alright, so we just put all that fence down. And while we're at it, I'll show you something else too. So the fence is down, and we're good on it. So we're going to back out of here. Now, I think I leased this tractor. So let me get rid of this. Let me go back in here. Alright, let me use something I know everybody's got here. Alright, so we're going to start with a fendant. And then we're going to put a mower with it. And we're going to put it right here like he's getting ready to start working. We're going to get out, save the game. I'm going to show you how to put your this is how you put your vehicles in here, or how I do it. Now, we're going to go out of here. We're going to close. We're going to close that one down. Alright, now we know we just saved that. I'll close that one down, open this one up. Now to find that save that you just done, go to Documents, Games, Farming Simulator 22, and that was, we just saved game 1. Now everything we just done in there is right here. Everything. Where we sold that stuff, the whole 9 yards. But the only thing I want to show you is what we just done. So placeables. Now this already has everything in there that's in there. But what you're looking for, and under different circumstances, this wouldn't be in here right now. This would be empty for the most part. Yeah, see right there is where we put in ours. Get down here past all this stuff. Maybe it'd just be faster to do this. Let's see, ching. Alright, now you remember that fence we just put in? All that fence we just put in. That's the last thing that we did. All this is stuff that we added that it loads in by itself. Now, all you need to do is copy this. Now, when you copy this, make sure anytime you highlight this, if you highlight this and then, because you know you need this, if you follow that down, it'll tell you where to stop copying. So you see down the placeable. So we're going to go down, placeable, we're going to copy, and we're going to pull up our map, and then we're going to go to our placeables, and then down here at the bottom, out of the way so we don't get it confused with anything else, we're going to Control V and paste that in here. Now you're going to save. We're good to go now. We just saved it. That's good. Yes, that's good. That's good. So we saved it. So we can close back out of there and close back out of this and close that down. Now we want to go back to our documents and our games and our this, and we want to go back to that save game we were on, and now we want to go to vehicles. Now with this one you can just control or copy the whole thing. If you open it up, this is what we just bought. This is the vehicles that we just bought and I put over by that fence. So all you like I said, just copy the whole thing like I just did, and you're going to come back to your mods, your projects, maps, and then this vehicles, just delete it and then paste. So you just put the fences in there, and you just done your vehicles. So let's go test it and see if it works. I guess I should have worked on that placeable while we was out, but that'll be okay. So we want to delete this now, so just delete that out of there. And I always move to the next one over just to be on the safe side. You don't have to, but this is something I do. Now we're still gonna get that one warning at the bottom uh, for that sell point. Now see it. See how much more it loaded in there now. It loaded in all that fence, and then it loaded in all the stuff that other stuff that we've gotten. So now you just that fence. The fence is there. Um, That's how you put the fence in. You don't do it in GE and then sign it. Or, I mean, you can, but it won't be sellable. It'll just be in there to stay. That's how you put your fence in, and that's how you get your vehicles set it to where you wanted. And then, yeah, I know I don't own the land. It'll be okay. I actually did an Alpine map, and all I did with it was it deleted everything and turned it into a massive grass works. I like doing grass work, but I'm gonna have to go around the edges a little bit. I can see over there some that needs to be raised a little, but that's okay. Now, for the most part, I think I've showed you the basics on how to get stuff from how to get things from the map and start building yourself up to what you want. Now, again, I do things my own way. You might find an easier way that works best for you. It's whatever works best for you. Um, I guess I also on the fences. If you were to put a gate in somewhere, it's just like you do when you lay it down when you're playing. Just lay it all down like you normally do, and then when you save it and put it in there, it all comes back. But anyway, I've kind of showed you the pretty much the basics of how to start making a map, how to get it to where it's playable, how to add sell points, how to make your own sell point if you want to. These placeables, the actual productions, you do those the same way we did this over here. You have to pull that stuff from the base game, set it in your map where you want it, and then go back in there and reset the XML to the position it is in the map. Again, I can go over that also if need be. If somebody wants me to do that, leave a comment. I'm thinking that this will probably be about good for this one. I know I didn't cover a whole lot, and I did cover a whole lot. Mapping is a long process, and I'm trying to go slow and not get in no hurry to show you what's going on and try to learn you something or teach you if you want to learn. But I think next time I'm going to show you how to do some more terrain stuff and put trees down. How to try to build a forest-looking forest. There's a lot of stuff yet I can still show you. But I hope that you've learned enough now. You'll be like, oh, cool. Now I can pull my own map and get started on something. It's trial and error. Always keep a backup file. But for now, I think, well, you all hear the boat horn and stuff in the background. I don't know how to mess with the sound, but there's ways to get rid of all that. But for now, I hope this helps you a little bit on how to make your own sell point. And yeah, I hope it helps you. And one other thing I want to do before we leave is see if I can get that warning to go off of that one. Now, I know it loads in the map now, So I'm going to AI node. See, that's what it's saying it doesn't have. And I don't understand that. It's there. You see it's theirs as well as I do. But I'm thinking I think you can delete these. Save. Let me load it back up now. So yeah, that didn't work. Or did I save that when I was done? Yeah, I saved it. Now, you know what? Green gate. Not real sure why that's even. I mean, I just if it ain't working here, I feel like it must be in the base game not work either. But anyway, boom. And we'll figure it out one way or the other. I'm gonna delete this out of here. We don't need it in there no more. Actually, we don't need none of this. But I'm gonna leave this stuff in here for the time being. Actually, no, I'm not. It's all in there. It all works. We don't need it in there no more. So I'm gonna delete everything out of the map. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna leave my placeables in there for later in case I need it. Alright, save. Okay, so it's saved. Now I'm gonna shut this down. I'll come back over here. Let me save that back. Come back over here. I'm gonna load it up this time and see what happens. I don't like it when I have warnings, so I'll sit here until I figure it out, and if I'm still recording, I'll share it. If not, I'll share it next time. Career. Okay, so still there. Close. I'm gonna take this thing in GE and have a look at it. Alright, so it kept talking about AI update, and the only thing I can see in here is these two things. And I don't understand why it's doing that. Alright, so yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out one way or the other. I mean, I got other ones. What I don't understand is they don't have that warning, like Crater Lake, for instance. Oh, I see now. This ain't the same one I just used. Either way, the other one will still work. Or you can just use the other one delete the one that we made if you don't want to use it, and just use the one that we the 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 bowling alley sell point that we made. But but yeah, that's probably enough for today. This episode. Like I say, I hope somebody learned something. If you did, awesome. I hope one person learned something. Until next time, y'all take her easy.